You have probably seen it before. A dog sitting beside an empty bed after its owner is gone. A cat staring at the door long after the person who used to open it has stopped coming home. An elephant standing beside a body that no longer moves. And maybe, for 1 second, you thought something almost too human to say out loud. Is it crying? Not whining, not calling, not making noise. Actually crying. Tears in the eyes, sadness inside the body, a feeling so heavy that it spills out. Humans do this without thinking. We cry when we are hurt, when we lose someone, when we are overwhelmed. Sometimes we cry because we are sad. Sometimes because we are relieved. Sometimes because something is so beautiful that the body has nowhere else to put it. But what about animals? Do they feel sad enough to cry? Or are tears the one emotional language that belongs only to us? The answer is stranger than most people expect. Because animals absolutely feel things that look like grief. They can lose appetite, become quiet, search for someone who is gone, sleep differently, call differently, stay close to a dead body, refuse to leave a familiar place, or change in ways their human families notice immediately. But tears are not as simple as they look. Start with the thing people get wrong. Animals have tears. Dogs have tears. Cats have tears. Horses have tears. Elephants have tears. Birds can have watery eyes too. But having tears does not automatically mean crying from sadness. Eyes need tears to survive. Tears clean dust away, protect the surface of the eye, fight infection, and stop the eye from drying out. A dog with watery eyes may have allergies. A cat may have irritation. A horse may have wind, injury, disease, or something caught in the eye. So when you see liquid in an animal's eyes, the safest answer is not, "It is heartbroken." The safest answer is, "Something is happening." And the hard part is figuring out what. Humans are unusual because we do something very specific. We produce emotional tears. Not just tears caused by dust, pain, or irritation, but tears that appear when emotion overloads the body. Sadness, grief, relief, joy, shame, love. Scientists still debate exactly why humans evolved this ability, but emotional tears appear to work like a social signal. They say something without words. I need help. I am overwhelmed. Stay close. Do not treat me like a threat. And other humans understand it almost instantly. But animals do not need visible tears to communicate distress. They have other languages. A dog may lower its body, stop eating, cling to one person, or pace near the place where a companion used to sleep. A cat may hide more, call more, become unusually quiet, or keep returning to a room that smells like someone missing. An elephant may stand near the body of another elephant, touch it with its trunk, attempt to lift it, guard it, or return to the remains days later. From the outside, none of these look like tears. But they are not nothing. They are behavior changing after loss. And behavior is often the only window we have into an animal's inner world. This is where humans make two opposite mistakes. The first mistake is assuming animals are basically tiny people wearing fur, that every sad dog is having the exact same thoughts as a grieving human, that every elephant touching bones is holding a funeral in its mind. We do not know that. Animals cannot explain what loss feels like to them. They cannot tell us whether they understand death as permanent. They cannot say, "I miss her," even if their behavior seems to point in that direction. But the second mistake is colder. It is seeing an animal change after loss and saying, "That is only instinct." Only instinct. As if instinct cannot hurt. As if a mother carrying a dead infant for days is not responding to something enormous. As if an elephant touching the body of a herd member is just performing a meaningless movement. As if a dog waiting by a door has no emotional world because it has no words for it. The truth may be somewhere between those two extremes. Animals may not cry like humans, but that does not mean they do not suffer. And one study made the question even more complicated. Researchers found that dogs showed increased tear volume when they were reunited with their owners after separation. Not with just any familiar person, but with their own person. The scientists also found that oxytocin, the hormone linked with bonding and attachment, could increase tear production in dogs. That does not prove dogs cry when they are sad. In fact, the finding was about reunion, which is a positive emotional event. But it does tell us something important. A dog's tears may not be purely mechanical. At least in some moments, emotion and attachment appear to reach the eyes. That is a much stranger answer than people expect. Maybe dogs do not cry over heartbreak the way humans do. Maybe they do not sit alone and shed tears because they understand regret, memory, or mortality in the same way we do. But their bodies may still respond to love strongly enough to change their tear production. And if love can reach the eyes, then the question becomes harder. What else can? Now think about grief. When humans lose someone, we often cry because there is a gap where a person used to be. The room is the same, the bed is still there, the smell remains, but the person is missing. Animals live in that gap too. A dog can recognize a familiar routine disappearing. A cat can notice a voice no longer returning. A social animal can notice that one member of the group is not moving, not responding, not coming back. They may not understand death through language, but they can understand absence through experience. And absence can change them. Some animals stay near dead companions. Some mothers carry dead babies. Some animals repeatedly investigate the body, touch it, guard it, call to it, or return to it later. Scientists call this death-related behavior because that phrase is careful. Humans often call it mourning because that word feels closer to what we are seeing. Maybe neither word fully reaches the experience. Maybe an animal does not need to understand death the way we do to feel that something has been taken out of its world. And maybe tears are not the measure of whether a feeling is real, because think about how unfair that would be. If a dog loses its closest companion and stops eating, sleeps by the door, and searches every room in the house, but no tears fall from its eyes, does that mean it was never sad? Of course not. It only means sadness is speaking a different language. Humans are obsessed with tears because they are visible. They make emotion easy to recognize, but the animal world is full of emotions that do not spill from the eyes. They show up in silence, in changed routines, in a mother refusing to leave a body, in a herd slowing down around bones, in a dog waiting for footsteps that will never return. So, do animals cry when they are sad? Probably not in the same clear, human way. Visible emotional tears still appear to be something humans do uniquely and reliably. But animals do not need tears to show loss. They grieve through behavior. They grieve through attachment. They grieve through searching, staying, touching, calling, waiting, and changing. And maybe that is the part we miss, because we are looking for our own reflection. We expect sadness to look wet. We expect grief to look like a face. But for an animal, grief may look like a door that gets checked every morning, a bed that is never used again, a body that is touched one last time, or a place beside someone who cannot answer. Maybe animals do not cry the way we do, but that does not mean they do not feel the weight of someone being gone. It may simply mean they carry it differently, and sometimes, the deepest sadness does not make a sound. It just stays. If this changed how you see your pet, subscribe for more stories about what animals may understand, feel, and notice long before humans do. Because the next time your dog waits at a door, your cat sits beside you in silence, or an animal refuses to leave someone's side, you may be seeing more than instinct. You may be watching a feeling speak in a language we are only beginning to understand.